All right, time to update this guy. Got some feedback. Use that feedback, then call it a night. See how that goes. Okay. All right. Uh, where's my? Oh, there we go. Up that image. All right. Good to go. One good thing to do is just have your older version loaded up. Music's probably a bit too loud. There we go. Yeah, a good thing to do is to have the older version loaded up so that you can just flip between them. Right. The anatomy looks really strange. Not gonna lie. Just thinning him out a bit, mainly. Teeny tiny head. The other thing too is to add a little bit more of the silhouette breaks. Everything's just close. Add a little bit of volume to things. As I mentioned earlier, I always have that issue where I will make things kind of flat. So adding some nice break up to the shape, good idea. So I actually quite like that suggestion that I got. Is lower bottom of the tube here. Gonna want to go in and finish up these stitches at some point too. Get to that very shortly. This is going to be a lot thicker. Thank God for polygroups. That might be a little too. Bring in his shoulders a little bit. Guess now is a good time to adjust this stuff. This area is a little bit tough to deal with. Not sure what I'm gonna do about it. For the low poly, it might be a challenge. Probably have to keep these stitches as a separate piece, or as separate pieces. Final low poly, because I don't see this baking down very well or stretching very well when it deforms. So if it's actual geo, then maybe it'll hold up. Not gonna say, not gonna lie. When you're working on a character, or when I'm working on a character, at least from an existing IP, it's always nice to listen to the soundtrack that goes with it. All right, now let's use the Z modeler and get some thickness on these things. May regret my decision. Let's see. This could be very time consuming. You know, this may not even be necessary. Really just test it. Probably not that necessary. Yet here, still creasing edge. Person is namely me. That's fine. A little fun. Right. But this looks cool. Nice. I love dynamic subdivs. So glad that they added it. It's also nice getting feedback from the artist who did the design because you get a better idea of what they were thinking. Because you can't always tell. Sometimes things are a little obscure in the art, which on the one hand is fun for me because then I get to interpret things, but it's also nice to learn in a way. Not even in a way. You just learn if you figure out like how where their design ideas came from. Because I'm not honestly a very good interpreter. I'm working on my design skills. I mean, I want to be able to make some of my own designs and my own characters at some point. Well, I've done a few in the past, but I haven't been very satisfied. Yeah, one day, one day. No rush. I still have life to live. I can definitely see myself having a little bit more of that skill. Just practice. And the soundtrack is great. They did a good job. Game. I mean, it doesn't really. It's very different from all the other Zelda games, but this one, it's still, it still feels right, which is great. It's different, in a good way, because you don't want to have the same thing all the time. As much as I did like the original soundtrack. again, trying to do here is add more thickness to things, a bit chunkier and solid. That's just the look I'm going for, even if it doesn't obviously make sense because cloth isn't necessarily thick. But adding a little bit of thickness feels good. Alright, let's check that out. Okay, yeah, that looks alright. So a lot to be done, but getting somewhere. Wrong here. Why is it not symmetrical? Try. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't quite symmetrical for some reason. There, perfect. Stitches are kind of like stuck into the shoulder. Weird. Check out a comparison. See the artwork again. Wherever I put that. I put it somewhere. Question is where? There it is. Buried under all these windows I have open. Way too many windows. Alright. Because although I'm looking at the drawovers, it's also very important that I look at the design. I have to analyze where those notes came from. Because, you know, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. No matter how much you respect the gave you the notes. At the end of the day, you have to make the and make I shall. One thing I'm noticing here is I'm pretty sure I've made these stitches big. Fortunately. Very, very unfortunately. A lot of work to change. Okay. Maybe it won't be too bad. Looking like it'll be okay. Of course it'll be okay. It's always fine. The trick is not to take things too seriously, not worry too much about it, just kind of go with it. Tend to stress out too much. Focusing on things that don't really matter all that much, or freaking out over such a small thing. Nah, you gotta relax and chill. Music helps. This music definitely helps. Very. Ah, why does it not let me select what I want? Come on. I want to select this stitch. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Do it the hard way. Oh, there. Can't stop me now. Take that, soft. Touche. There we go. Whoop. Another thing I'm gonna have to add is little rings for these stitches to go into. I feel like now that I've lowered the waist, I also have to lengthen the arms a touch. Fortunately. I guess that'll help him feel a little bit more lanky. Not gonna lie, this bottom of this tunic is inspiring a lot of inner conflict. I know if I want to pose this, it's gonna be a huge pain in the butt. Well, if I want to have like a proper rig on it. I kind of do. It'd be cool to see this guy actually animated properly. Maybe I can go ask someone else Here, can you rig this? I don't want to rig it. I most certainly don't. Ah, a good tune. Hmm. That note. Not even gonna try. If I was by myself, maybe, but not when potential that people will be listening. Hurt everyone's. Has to be done about this. Oh, hope this isn't subdivided. Yes. Good. Okay, that means I can. Right. Time for Z Modeler. The Modeler. This is gonna be polygrouping. Polygroup. See what happens. I've never tried this. I'm not sure how you change the polygroup. Well, hopefully nothing shares this. Looks like it's unique. Wait, what did it say? Alt. Oh, shift to pick. Alt new. Oh, okay, there you go. Hard to see the text under my pen. Ah, God, my voice is cracking. I guess that's thick enough. There you go. Done. Might do is pull this out one more time, hit that, and pull it down. That it kind of tucks in a bit. Whoops. That is the opposite of what I wanted. There. There we go. That's got a little bit of something to work with. Gotta get rid of this. There we go. Yep, this is definitely a good lesson for me. Add a little bit more volume to things. Unless you're going like super realistic or something, I guess. But even then, I feel there's some sort of appeal to having a little object. Let's read better. It's quiet evening. I feel like if I'm adding thickness to everything, this also needs to be thicker. A little bit more of a lip. Tug that out a bit. When I add stitches as well to this boot, it's gonna give it a little bit more of a bulk. Nice. Very nice indeed. I am creating one of my pet peeves though. Things jamming into other things. To fix that at some point. That's okay. I'm just blocking things right now. Ah, there we go. Other point I got was this needs more volume. Volume I shall add. I kind of agree with that. It's very flat. Much volume I add, I'm not too sure. We'll play around with it a bit. Either way, it's fine. Just so that it's just not like flat up against his face. Little extra poof. Oh yeah, I like that better. Nice. Check him. View. Still feel like his shoulders are a little too broad. Plug that in a little more. I think these are generally too thick, so I'm gonna deflate them a little bit. There we go. Better. Much as I like thickness on things, there's a limit before it starts looking just weird. Well, that also depends on the look you're going for. All right. All right, okay. There, getting there. Save this up. Yep. There we go. Might start working on few elements soon. I just want to make sure I get all the updates down. Make his feet a little bit smaller. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Huh. Tuck that in there. Let's just crush your feet into this hole. I think the music's a little too loud again. It's weird. Why does the music level keep changing? I mean, some songs are quiet and some are loud. Uh, all right, there we go. That's better. Actually, yeah, let's check out the difference. Pretty good, pretty good. I'd say it's an improvement. Picking up them boots. Gonna pull this down a touch. Not that much. There you go. That's to go down as well. I'm liking the direction this is going in. It's getting there. It's getting there. Take a bit of time, but get it. Get a little bit bigger. Comparison. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. A lot more weight to it. Nothing worse than a floaty model. Oh boy. Apparently I haven't been sleeping enough. Eyes are just killing me. Oof. Gonna have to be an early one today, I guess. Because health. Who cares about your health? Care about my health. Want things jamming into things. I gotta test this a little bit. Might have to accept it a little bit. Interpenetration. Oh man, reminds me of a class I had once where our teacher kept saying interpenetration. Of course, uh, it was what kind of class is it? It was an animation class, I think. Looking at animations. Was it animation? It was something like that. There's just like parts that are like collapsing. Anyway, just proves the immaturity of my class. Haha, he said interpenetration. That was years ago. Time flies. I believe I've been out of school. How long has it been even? 4 years? 5 years? Something like that. Feels like a long time. Okay. Looks like his ankles are swollen a bit. I think I bolted a little too much. Gotta do something about this. This has to tuck into the sole of the shoe. Means that I think that the soles have to be either a little bit wider or the feet have to be a bit thinner. Try thinner first and see. Now we'll compensate by doing this. So it ends up being a little bit of both. Oops. Don't want perspective on, or else it's gonna do this in a weird way. This nice and flat to this ground plane. That's why I'm editing it in this weird way as opposed to just around with the move brush. If I just moved it around with the move brush, then it would just geometry. All my hard work. Hard work. Haha. Quote unquote. I used to hate the autosave feature, but now I'm quite fond of it. Because I always forget to save. The thing about the autosave feature, though, is that it just takes up tons of space if you're not careful. But I have it set so that it doesn't save too many times. There we go. Seems good to me. want to make this look like it's tucked into the sole. Again, I don't like things being jammed in. Going on here. Oh. Oh no. This geo is messed up in a very bad way. What is this? No, what have I done? Okay. Okay, this will solve my problems. Hidden close hole. There. Okay, that's better. Right. The other thing I want to add more bulk to is the folds here. Out a little bit. Bulk it up. Probably look at some references. That that does not look right. Oh, there we go. Quite a bit of references over here. Which is the one that most fits what I want? Needs to be thicker pants. I'm getting a lot of jeans. Dang. Oh, it's a good picture, but it's super small. Okay. This might do the trick. Might. No guarantees here. Fortunately, I can't really find in back of the boot. I'm just finding the front, but I'm gonna see if I can apply similar folds on the back here and see if it looks okay. I'm also wondering, like, because it's a stylized character, I'm not sure how. Like, I might want to have fewer folds than more. Kind of keep it simple. I do want this asymmetrical though. The symmetry is killing me. Hurts to look at. I think that's one of the big issues that when you have symmetry, it just it looks symmetrical. Looks weird. Something like obvious like that, or it just sticks out. There are things that you can make symmetrical that really matter as much. You have to be careful, at least in my opinion. No, it's all subjective. There's no objectivity in design. This song's quieter now. It up. Almost through the whole freaking playlist though. Gonna have to put something else on. Ah, okay. Figure it out. I think I have an idea of what I'll play next anyway. The folds I'm gonna have to play around with quite a bit before I am satisfied with them. Definitely not gonna be finishing them now, but I'll get them to a place that's comfortable. But everything's iterative, right? You don't. Nothing is done until everything's done. No, why did I even finish the sentence? Like the idea is once you've gotten past the sculpt, that's when it's done, right? But if you're still sculpting on an area, I could say like I'm finishing the hand and then I notice something else, I can go fix it. But once I'm past the sculpt, I don't tend to come back that much. I mean, sometimes I will if it's a really glaring issue, but you don't want to come back all the time because it's just super time consuming. You gotta move forward. Well, That's it for that music. Dang. I was enjoying that. Have to find something new. Just a second. Strange. By a little strange, I mean very strange. It does not look good at all. At least it's asymmetrical, but that's a mess. That's a huge mess. Takes a lot of finessing. Obviously, applying the front knee folds to the back doesn't really work very well. I'll have to find another reference maybe. Run some music. Different music. Sure, let's go with this. A little upbeat. A little game music. I don't know what game this is from though. All good. Hmm. You know, these are. I think I found another fairly good reference. I just wish I could find more of the back of the knee. That's bothering me the most. Of course, the image I want is just unavailable on Google for some reason. Isn't that always the way? Sorry, this image isn't available for viewing. You know, how many folds and pants have I modeled in yet? Still don't know what I'm doing. The reality is you always gotta look at references, no matter how much time you do it, or how many times you do it, I should say. All right, let's get deep. Ironically, one of the references actually has a fold that kind of looks like this. Weird. It looks wrong even in the photo. I think the big thing too is I gotta simplify this. It's too much, especially relative to the rest of the character who has no folds on him. I mean, there are folds, but they're very minimal compared to that. It's like forces your eye down to the bottom. Front is okay. I mean, this is a decent level of folding. The back is a big mess. Probably because I referenced just the front of the pants and then applied it to the back. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Yeah. Time is it now? Don't want to be working too late. 9:30. I can work for another few minutes. Got some other stuff I gotta do too. I want to relax a bit. Because everyone needs a little bit of time to unwind at the end of the day. You know, you go to work, you come home, you work on more stuff, but I like to give myself like an hour or so night. I haven't been doing that lately, but I feel like I'm in a position where I can get a little extra rest. I was like just grinding at work a bit. get to that shortly. Oh no, symmetry. Oh no, what have I done? That's okay. An easy-ish fix. Yep. All better. Yeah. I think another big thing is just having a mix between big and small folds. If you just have the one, it just feels heavy-handed. If that makes any sense at all. I hope it does. Gotta work on explaining things. Alright, that's looking semi-decent, I think. Almost enough for me to be happy for now. Yeah. I don't want to spend all my time just messing with folds. At least not in one go. Gotta make sure I up the ante on the rest of the model too. Don't want to be getting tunnel vision. And they often do is just like focus on a super tiny little area and try to polish that up. But I think everyone does that. Definitely not unique to me. I'm enjoying these covers. Fun music. That's a problem. A little unbalanced there. It stuck out really far on the inside, but not so far on the outside. Make sure it's a little even. Feels better that way. Feels nice. Soften this up a bit. Although I wanted it thick, it should feel thick but not look thick. If that makes sense. So you have like a hard edge like that, like what I had. Just it really sticks out a little. It really sticks out a little. Sticks out a little too much. That sounded better. Yeah, I'm definitely digging this. It's funny, his head is actually super small, but it looks really big. Uh, yeah, if I just like pull down straight anatomy, that looks ridiculous. With all the clothes and gear, not so much. It's interesting. Hmm. Neat. Next on the agenda. Could add in stitches and stuff to boots, but there's a lot to do. Don't get me wrong. It's like I'm nowhere near done. The question just is, what do I want to tackle first? I guess I could start blocking in his racers. Oh, that's a bit thick. Yep, a bit thin. Keep just hitting the same ones again and again, don't I? Ugh, that is just very hard to select what I want. I guess that'll have to do. What I'm gonna do is I'll add a little bit of an inflate to it. That'll make it feel better. Oh god. What a mess. I suppose this is kind of acceptable. Huh. Just don't want it to explode like that. Ah, perfect. That's good. I like that. I dig it. Out of here. Yep. Not that fond of this part, but you're not gonna see it. Oh, you know what? That might be a solution for me. I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna delete everything but the inside because the topology is actually better in here than it is on the outside area. So I'm just gonna extrude this. Irony. Okay. I don't know if that's the right term. Irony. But that's okay. The results will be the same. Yep. Nice. Save this. Yes. Cheating the anatomy a little bit, making arm a little bit rounder. Just because it's hard to explain. It feels nicer. It has more volume, right? Because realistically, an arm is kind of thin, one angle, but I want it to kind of feel thick from all viewing. Also, the bracer will sit nicely on a surface like this, as opposed to a properly shaped forearm. few minutes, I'll probably close up. Next stream probably be tomorrow night. But we'll see. I mean, there's no reason for it not to be tomorrow. I could almost stream every night, to be honest. Depends on how tired I am. But I also had to spend some time on a couple other projects. I have some contract work, and also I'm helping some friends with their own stuff, and keeps you busy. Overall, I think this is an improvement. I still think though that I want this. The shoulders just feel like they're really round. I mean, in the concept they kind of feel like that too, but it's hard to get the shape I want with this particular setup. I want there to be a bit of a break, obvious break. Oh, realize I didn't have symmetry problem. Alright, well, gonna have to do this the manual way, I guess. Name. I know I had done a few things on the other side that I hadn't done on this side, and I didn't even notice. Oh well. Live and learn. One of the big ones is this, so at least I found it. Oh yeah, it's 10. Okay. I mean that doesn't sound very late, but I gotta get up at like 5:30 and do a couple other things before I go to sleep. So, and I don't feel like sleeping for less than 5 hours like I usually do. What is this? What happened? What happened to you guys? Oh no. Ugh. Can't. Okay, well, suppose it's an easy fix, but annoying regardless. But I had these hidden to crease, and then I just never unhid them. Uh, just when I had bridge turned on. Weird. Bridging. There you go. Oh man. More messed up than I thought. Complete and other nonsense. That piece is okay. This piece is. Now to compensate, I'm gonna have to extrude these. Yeah. Gonna manually crease these. Be easier. That's frustrating. Why won't you let me select this edge? Jeez. Jerk. Geez, Zebra, she used to be cool. Zebra's just... Alright. That was a bit of a time sink. Didn't I actually have symmetry on for once? Supposed to be. I made some fairly good progress today. Can always make a little bit more, but not bad, not bad. No, it might be fun. Or quick and dirty. They can just turn this into a couple straps as well. This'll be magic. Magic. Yeah, right. Okay. Wait, I did duplicate this, right? Yeah, good. Don't want to be looking stupid now. Gotta look professional. Whoa. On here. Oh. Hidden. Turn off dynamic for a moment. Stitch this all together. Oh. That. Go here. Go here. Delete extra edges. Probably want less. Less would be better. Here for me to deal with. Yep. That instant strap. Not that instant, but instant enough. One thing I wish this had was a insert mesh brush where you could insert them all at the same size. There's supposed to be like little beads, or not beads, but little, they almost look like nails that go along this strap. Nice if I could just insert them all the same size. So go just click, 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 click. But that doesn't seem to be an option from what I know. Unfortunately, I should go yell at Pixelogic. Hey, you did it wrong. No, not true. There's so much in this freaking thing, that freaking tool. I don't even know how any of it works. All right, I think that's good enough for today. Tired. Fair. Bet you tons of people will be like, nothing changed. I think it's there was a good bit of change and it was better. This has to be fixed though. Cool. All right. That's it. Have a good night, morning or day, or whenever it is that you watch this.